Hello and welcome. I'm Jash Hirani. The guns may have slowed in West Asia, but the geopolitical battle is only intensifying. The war now stands at a fragile stalemate where halfway across the world, Donald Trump is preparing for a high-stakes meeting with Xi Jinping in China. Power equations are shifting, alliances are being tested, and the last 24 hours have brought major developments you cannot miss. So let's get started. We had discussed yesterday a report by CBS News which revealed that Pakistan had secretly allowed Iranian aircraft into its Noor Khan airbase. The news raised concerns and leaders across the world began questioning which side Pakistan was standing on. American Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, reacting to the report, lashed out at Pakistan, saying,
Secretary Hexeth, if the mediator is allowing reconnaissance aircraft of Iran to be parked in Pakistani air bases, do you think that's consistent with being a fair mediator?
I wouldn't want to get in the middle of these negotiations.
Yeah.
I want
well, I
maximum
do.
efficacy
I
for
want
our
to get in
people.
the middle of these negotiations. I don't trust Pakistan as far as I can throw them. If they actually do have Iranian aircraft parked in Pakistan bases to protect Iranian military assets, that tells me we should be looking maybe for somebody else to mediate. No wonder this damn thing is going nowhere. So, I appreciate all you've done. I'm very supportive of it. But when it comes to Pakistan and China, enough already. Thank you.
Trump, however, has been benevolent towards the Pakistanis, and in a brief interaction with the media, the American president said, "They are great. I think the Pakistanis have been great. The Field Marshal and the Prime Minister of Pakistan have been absolutely great."
Are you reconsidering the Pakistanis as mediators?
No, they're great.
Well,
I think they're great.
Mr.
I think
President,
the Pakistanis have been great. The Field Marshal and the Prime Minister of Pakistan have been absolutely great.
Meanwhile, a senior Pentagon official yesterday said that US had incurred $29 billion in the war in Iran. The cost has been 16% higher than the estimate, that is $4 billion more. On April 29, the Pentagon had said that the war at that point had cost $25 billion. Reports say that it remains unclear how the Pentagon arrived at the $29 billion figure. Let us now discuss US President Donald Trump's visit to China and his meeting with President Xi Jinping. The US President has now landed in Beijing, and accompanying him are some of the America's biggest industrial giants, including Apple CEO Tim Cook and Tesla and SpaceX chief Elon Musk. This visit is expected to be highly significant, especially for Trump, considering the upcoming midterm elections in America and his dipping approval ratings. Earlier this week, President Donald Trump told reporters that he plans to discuss US arms sales to Taiwan during his meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. "I'm going to have that discussion with President Xi," Trump said. Trump's remarks have raised concerns among American allies because such a discussion could challenge Washington's long-standing policy of strategic ambiguity on Taiwan, a carefully maintained approach meant to avoid provoking either Beijing or Taipei. For our viewers, the US policy on strategic ambiguity maintains that the US will decline to publicly state whether it would intervene militarily if the People's Republic of China abandoned efforts at peaceful reunification and attacked Taiwan. Under this policy, the US officially recognizes China's position that Taiwan is a part of China, while simultaneously remaining committed by law to helping Taiwan maintain its self-defense capabilities. During the upcoming talks, Xi Jinping is expected to push Trump towards adopting a stance more favorable to Beijing's position on Taiwan as China continues its effort to diplomatically isolate the island. Meanwhile, Trump is reportedly seeking China's support in increasing pressure on Iran. Taiwan's importance on the global stage has also grown significantly because of its dominance in the semiconductor manufacturing, making it central to the rapidly expanding artificial intelligence industry. Trump in his second term announced a 11 billion arms package for Taiwan, which is the largest ever arms package by America to Taiwan. Let's now discuss the Iranian threats to France and Britain. Iran on Sunday, May 10, warned Britain and France against sending any warships to the Strait of Hormuz, stating that its armed forces would launch a decisive and immediate response. This comes after both Paris and London dispatched vessels to the Gulf region. The two nations are leading efforts to create an international coalition to secure the strategic waterway, but only after a peace deal between the US and Iran is secured. Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron said his country had never envisaged a naval deployment, but rather a security mission that would be coordinated with Iran. In a post on X, Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Qasem Garibabadi warned, "We remind them that both in times of war and in times of peace, only the Islamic Republic of Iran can establish security in this strait, and it will not allow any country to interfere in such matters." In response to the Iranian threats, Macron said, "There was never any question of deployment, but we are ready." He added, "We have put together an ad hoc mission co-led with the British, which had brought together 50 countries and international organizations to enable in a coordinated way with Iran and by deconflicting the situation with all the countries of the region and the United States, the resumption of maritime traffic as soon as conditions allow." Let's now turn towards the Gulf. Reports have also emerged that the United Arab Emirates had joined Israel and United States and had secretly attacked Iran before the ceasefire was announced. The strikes, which the UAE has not publicly acknowledged, included an attack on a refinery on Iran's Lawan Island in the Persian Gulf. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing people familiar with the matter. Another Gulf state that reportedly secretly struck Iran was Saudi Arabia. Attacks, which had not been publicly disclosed earlier, represent the first known instance of the kingdom directly conducting military operations on the Iranian territory. The move also signals that Saudi Arabia is taking a far more assertive approach in countering Tehran. Responding to the requests for the comment, Saudi Foreign Ministry officials did not directly confirm whether such strikes had taken place. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign ministry did not respond to request for the comment. Saudi Arabia has long depended on the United States for its security because of its close military ties. However, the 10-week conflict has exposed the kingdom's vulnerabilities, with attacks managing to penetrate the US security umbrella protecting the region. These were the latest updates regarding the war in West Asia and the current status of mediation efforts between the United States and Iran. At the HW News English, we will continue to closely track every major development in the conflict and bring you timely updates and in-depth analysis on how the situation in West Asia unfolds. Thank you.